Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Discussing the Universe with Drake.
And Ty.
Today we will be discussing natural disasters because of, the recent events going on with all the fires and the death and the more death. So, this wasn't originally on our little sheet of stuff we were going to talk about, but we felt like it was a very important thing to discuss, just like specifically.
It was also a suggestion, so...
One person suggested it, I think.
One person suggested it, but they were also the only person who suggested pretty much anything other than what's already on the list, so...
Silence.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't... At least I don't have a Google Doc this time to
Me
go
either.
off of, so we don't
have anything.
There's no structure to this. There's not even a semblance of anything. So,
yeah. I guess we can talk about why some of them are being caused. For instance, what I feel oddly notable one is the gender reveal one. Why?
Okay. No,
why?
So I'm pretty sure there was two gender reveals specifically that caused
two gender reveals.
Two of them that caused fires so far. If I had a nickel for every time a gender reveal caused a forest fire, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's strange that it's happened twice.
It's weird that it happened twice. Dude. But it's like, why, like, what's even the situation? Like, what happens there?
It's like they literally they probably set off fireworks or something, which were either blue or pink.
I thought like they got mad or something like that, and like they just started lighting things on fire.
Like the actual reveal had pyrotechnics in it, and they weren't safe with them, so it started a forest fire and just killed tons of people and burned down homes. I hope the child born from that probably has all this weight on his shoulders in the future, knowing that his existence has caused such tragedy. He is the Antichrist.
Not exactly existence. I'd say more along the lines of his... I guess his existence.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not his fault. It's not on him. It's his parents who, for some reason, were allowed to have fireworks without a license.
I mean, so, they still might have had a license, but I don't get the point on why you're using like fireworks for like
do a balloon like everyone else.
I don't understand the point of like big gender reveals. It's just like, wow, it is a boy or girl.
Right.
Congratulations.
On that, actually, the LGBTQ community was kind of like freaking out because it's not gender reveal, it's genital reveal. And I'm like, yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I guess,
okay, so
what are we supposed to do?
From the deep-seated research I've done into this topic, based on my PhDs in everything, I have
gender studies.
Shut up. According to people, gender and sex are two different things, and I keep on mixing up which one they are.
You're gonna get punched one day because somebody's gonna come out and ask you.
Yeah. It's like they put a gun to my head, and it's like, what's the difference between gender and sex? I don't know.
It's like, I don't know. Bang.
Shoulda known. Okay, but one of them is like literally like what you physically are. And the other one is like what, I guess, I don't know the proper term that won't offend the masses. I guess like emotionally, mentally, I guess, like on a deeper level, not just physical.
Yeah, that's kind of like a different topic though. Like, I don't know how to discuss that one. We should probably get somebody who understands it more onto the show before we talk about it. We have friends.
I'm still afraid that would get way too political. I'm not politics, man. I'm funny.
Me neither, but I mean,
funny,
like,
funny gender, funny gender reveal. Oh, by the way, I was just thinking of this earlier. But did you know? Fun little fact that I have not looked into. Again, I'm pretty bad at this, but if I remember correctly, you know how like the whole color thing, with like blue is the boy and pink is the girls. Well, supposedly, I don't remember where I heard this, but back in the day, a long time ago, the colors were swapped. Originally, the boy color was pink and the girl color was blue. Like,
really?
Just as like the stereotype.
That's interesting.
Somewhere along the line, supposedly they switched. and brings into question like the whole, oh, you can't stop making colors associated with genders. And I for one, I don't care too much if like, oh, it's blue so it's a boy. It's like it's a cultural thing, really. Are you just saying that, oh, we
Pretty
can't
much,
have
yeah,
cultural things because it offends me personally? Like, are
yeah.
we suddenly gonna decide that, like, what's some other, I don't know, weird tradition in a different country?
Uh, Japan, we have different colored. We have kimonos and yukatas, which are based on gender. Like if you're a dude, you wear a yukata, and if you're a woman, you wear a kimono.
It'd be like, you can't wear that. You have to wear anything. You can't define gender like that. But it's
Wait,
it's weird. It's only for gender though. I don't think there's like most, maybe like race, but there's not a lot of other subjects where like people get really touchy about it.
hang on, I might actually be wrong on that.
Oh my god, just a tie. Are you disrespecting your culture, Ty?
Oh my god, literally. Okay, it's not like I
That's
study it every day.
no, I
Okay, I
can't
don't
hear
live
that.
there.
I mean, I'm not so sure. I haven't seen you in a long while, and by that I mean I didn't see you since yesterday.
It's yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
when we went to
you
pick up.
could have moved to Japan in
I
that
could have
time.
moved
I
to
can't.
Japan real quick.
How do I know I can trust you?
Yeah, I guess you can't. Wow, I never really thought about that before.
Yeah,
You've caught me, I guess.
yeah. We were talking about natural disasters, right?
We
Okay,
were
yeah.
talking about natural
Uh,
disasters, and then we got into
there was
gender
a there
reveal
was a there
parties
was
and
a
something
there was
like
a
that.
4.0 earthquake a couple days ago where we live.
Four
Um,
point three two. Actually, how dare you get it wrong? I'm sorry.
uh,
Keep going. Keep going. I'm
there
sorry.
was a 4.0 earthquake yesterday, and I'll admit, due to some divine reasonings or whatever, whenever there's been like an actual earthquake, I've always been like out of state. Whenever there's been an earthquake, that was the first, or asleep. I've also always been asleep. That was like the first earthquake I've ever felt in my life, besides like aftershocks.
Hmm, I see.
So it was a really weird experience. Like,
My first earthquake experience, not clickbait.
not clickbait. I'm surprised none of the things on my shelf fell over. Everything was shaking.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
if I breathe a slightly different, like, at a slightly different time in my room, I feel like my Lego minifigures are gonna fall over. But no, the earthquake, they stand straight up. It's fine. They're fine. But if I tap the wood on
Right.
the thing, it
Don't
just
tap
falls
it.
over.
We hear a crash from your mic. It's just like, oh.
Oh no, they all
Okay.
died.
Speaking of divine earthquake matters, literally every time I've felt an earthquake, I am in the bathroom.
Really?
Literally, same thing happened in Japan. All right,
Dang.
I was just in the bathroom, and then all of a sudden this earthquake happened, and the floor moves down an inch, and I'm just like, huh. And then also
Interesting.
Japan, same bathroom, like a different year entirely, and like same thing happens. So I'm just like, and then
Okay, so have you looked into getting an exorcist to like cure your bathroom
no,
of
it's
demons?
fine. No, because then finally, of course, a few days ago when the earthquake happened, I was in my bathroom back here,
It's following
and
you. We need to get you
yeah,
exorcised.
yeah,
Exorcism.
exorcism. Nah, I'm
I
fine. I don't need to be exorcised. I'm not cursed.
Do you
Not
think
at
that
all.
without the movie The Exorcist, do you think the term exorcism would have just been like eventually like went extinct? Like people
I,
just wouldn't say it anymore? Because I don't think I hear a lot of people saying it that much. And without the movie, I'm not too sure it would be like an actual phrase people commonly use. And it's not even
yeah,
that common.
that's true. Actually, I mean, like, I don't really hear people say exorcise the demon every day.
Yeah.
Mostly because I
What
stay
other
inside.
things have like caused a phrase or something to become super popular?
Back to
Like,
the Future.
I mean, like a thing that was said previously, and like
Hmm.
it probably would have gone out of style or like out of the culture if it weren't like existing. I can't off the
Uh,
top of my head, I can't think of anything. But
Lion King and Hakuna Matata.
you're right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if any of the any of the African people are still. They probably are still saying that.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
They're also all dying, so that's besides the point.
Back to natural disaster.
Back to naturals. What else has happened recently? Ah, yes, we were talking about the gender reveal that caused the fire, but we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world.
We didn't light it. We didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
I did not try to fight it. I'll admit, I did not.
I didn't personally. I didn't go fight flames. It takes an intense bravery to do that.
It's always. I've always found it interesting how like forest fires are supposedly they're healthy or whatever. If they burn tree. No, I know that forest
provides
fires,
a restart.
It provides it burns down like trees that were like previously blocking anything else from growing because they would collect all the sunlight because they're greedy, stupid trees. But so I'm just thinking, if this single gender reveal fire just imploded the entire state, then why has that like never happened before? I suppose it's global warming. But, like, what stops forest fires naturally, then? How shouldn't they just keep going, like, forever?
No, eventually they just run out of fuel, or they get blocked by, like, a river or something.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the wind just happens to not carry any of the fire over, and so it just stops.
So you're saying it's all luck-based? So you're saying theoretically, a single match could light the whole world on fire?
In a very, 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 very hypothetical situation, yes.
Imagine back when it was like all Pangea, one fire started and just suddenly everything went extinct.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be weird?
Ty, no, wait, don't alter the timeline, no! Ty!
Wouldn't that be weird?
Ty, why is everything disappearing, Ty, no!
Okay, fine, it's back.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow, I'm physical again. That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Fire as like I know it's like plasma or whatever, but it's just so weird to think that, like, when I look at it, my brain just still doesn't understand exactly what it is. It's like, it's not a solid, liquid, or gas. It's just kind of there, and it's not made out of a material or anything. It's just existing. It's like, it's not an element. It just is there. It's not made of cells. It's just kind of...
Yeah, it's interesting to think about it. It's made out of itself.
Yeah.
Yep, it just needs to burn to live. That's why there have been several movies about living fire.
It's not even made out of atoms, is it? It's just pure
energy,
right?
It is.
No,
it is.
Pure energy, right?
No, well, okay. What makes it up is made of atoms. Like what it's burning.
How does it stay in its form?
It's like Okay. Think of it like the electrons are like being shot off, like that's like and then the protons are flying away at junk.
It'd be a gas. So you're saying fire's a gas?
Fire. We don't know what fire is. Fire is like a liquid. It's a gas. It's a solid. We don't know what fire is.
Plasma's only purpose is so that smart people can be. Actually, there's four.
Dude, I was that kid. I know, dude.
I was too. And then the super high intelligent person is gonna be like, actually, there's like a fifth or something. I don't even know what it's called. I just
quasi boron matter or something like that.
It's something like that. Yeah. Please.
That's not a real thing.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, if you were right about that, I was gonna be like, Ty, stop.
Yeah, don't search it up. Don't search it up.
Don't. Okay. I was talking. Oh yes, fire. Fire's not being a thing. Okay, so. Also, fire. I'm not the biggest fan of like fires and stuff, because when I was.
God dang it! It's a real thing.
What is?
It's not like a state. It's not a state of matter, but it's like it's this cluster of hexagonal. I think it's crystals.
So you just randomly off the top of your head had this in your memory, some random crystal?
My subconscious must have thought about it. Well.
What does that even mean, bro? Okay, whatever. I was talking about something. Oh, yes. When I was like 3 years old or whatever, maybe older a tiny bit, I was at my grandparents' house up in like Wyoming.
Backstory time.
I'm dying. And then they had a campfire out, and it was I knew what fire was. Obviously, I'm not a stupid child. I was like, okay, I can't touch it because it would hurt a lot, so I didn't touch it. But the problem is that the fire it was still kind of daytime, really. Like the sun was setting, but it was still relatively bright out. And
Okay.
the fire had gone completely out, except for like
Okay.
the coals at the bottom that were barely visible. So I ran over that fire, and the first step, I was barefoot. I put my foot on the fire. I lifted up the foot because I was like, ouch, that hurts, and then stepped my other foot on the fire. So I got third-degree burns on both my feet, and I had to get them scraped off
What?
by a doctor. Uh,
No,
yeah,
dude, come on.
yeah, and they were like, I'm sorry if this is too much information, but they were like black bubbles on the bottom of my feet, like
That
boils.
is gross,
I had to get them
dude.
scraped off so they could actually like heal. It was just a bunch
How
of
do
dead
you
skin. I didn't feel anything because it's dead skin, so they just scraped it off. But
like? How do you do that? It's like, oh, ow, this hurts. Let
I
me step
was
in the exact same.
three. I was three.
How does any creature's mind think, ooh, this hurt? Let me put my other foot in
No,
it.
no. I stepped on it. I jumped up off that one leg to grab it, to hold it, and I put my other foot down by like reflex. And so now I've always been not a big fan of like campfires. I mean, I'm much better now, but like I won't get too close. Like I,
I'm
I
gonna
won't
put a
go in. I
campfire.
won't like stick my hand in it with like the log and like shake it up a bit because I'm like I'm going to get burned. And like no, you're not. Like I'm doing it. I'm like you're clearly getting burned right now. It's clearly it's dangerous. Uh, but it is weird that technically fire itself, it's like the base of the fire that's really there. The fire going off of it is more of a
Yeah,
just a
it's like an after
yeah. So
effect,
if so
an
if you
after
if
image.
you like
He's too
wait if
fast.
you like yeah if you wave your hand over like a fire or whatever, if your hand goes straight just through the flame without getting too close to the base, you won't feel anything. It'll just go like right. Your hand will just go right
Okay,
through the
well,
flame.
don't do that.
Don't do
Don't
that for
do
like I
that.
don't know like kitchen stove because that's like really small fire, and if you touch it you'll get burned. I'm talking about
Well,
like
no, don't do it with any fire. Don't stick your hand in fire.
no, but like there is a radius you can get close to.
Well,
Have you
yeah,
ever
obviously
you've gone to a
that's how people stay
campfire?
warm. But like, yeah, that's how people stay warm in a campfire. But
You
don't
can
like
stick your
go
hand
in.
relative
Don't
really
stick
close
your
to the
hand
campfire.
into
You
the
can't.
orange part of the fire.
No, that's not what. That's not what I'm saying. No, you're a
You're
fool.
saying
You're a
no.
fool. No, you're a
You're
fool.
saying you can stick your hand above the fire,
You can.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you tried it
Don't
before?
touch the fire is what I'm saying.
Have you tried it before?
No, of course not.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Cause fire
How do
hurts,
you how do you
dude.
know that? How do you know the blue fire's not cold?
Because I've read it with a thermal laser and it says above 300
Thermal
degrees.
lasers are untrustworthy.
I
You know
think
what
that
I
you
do trust? My brain. The send signals. You know what my brain also did? Stuck my second foot in the fire by reflex. It's very
don't touch
unepic.
fire, kids. Don't touch fire.
Especially invisible hot coals at like the bottom of the campfire after it's all been put out.
Did your family like put water on it? Like, did they at
Yeah.
least?
No,
Okay,
it was like a whole family gathering. Like everyone was there.
so they
And
tried at
no,
least.
no, they saw me step on it. They were all sitting down around the campfire and I just walked over it.
How do you do that?
It was around the 4th of July actually. So I had to be in a stroller for the rest of the trip.
Dang. What if that was your real plan? Because you didn't
No.
want to. Oh, God. I've only burned myself once, and it wasn't even on fire. It was just on my
Really?
metal hot pot.
Oh.
Yeah, because you've heard this one, but like literally, like my mom, we were having shabu shabu that night, and my mom was like, "Hey, come, like wash the thing," but I already plugged it in, and so it was already like hot, and so
Yeah.
I picked it up, and then
Oh.
then it burned the tips of my fingers. Well, it wasn't fun. Moral of the
Sounds
story:
fun.
please check to see if your shabu shabu hot pot is on before you pick up the iron part.
So quick little question here. How many? What's your most significant injury? You'd say.
My most significant injury?
Yes.
I haven't really sustained many injuries.
Oh no, same. The biggest one was the whole fire thing that I just talked about.
Pretty much the same here as me burning my fingertips.
Really? That's it? That was the most significant thing ever?
Okay, well, okay. I can talk about another one, I guess, where I basically took a bee sting to the back of my left knee.
You
And that
beating
like
or a bee sting? What does that mean?
bee sting,
What
like a bee stung me, right, like on the right behind.
Oh, I
me.
combined the words. I thought you were
Yeah,
like beast ing, and I was like, what does that mean?
bee
What?
sting.
I got a
Gross.
bee sting in the. I was like, did you mean beating? Who beat you to death? What?
Well, I hope not to death. That'd be a very awkward situation right now.
I mean, just come
But
back to
no.
life.
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe I should do that. But yeah, basically it was like what was it, like maybe the 6th grade? No, not 6th, like 5th grade, and and basically we were playing sharks and minnows out on
Yeah.
the field. Personal favorite game, and
Sharks and
I
minnows, really?
I liked it. Okay,
Not dodgeball or capture
well
the
of course I
flag?
liked it.
What are you, a fool?
Oh my
I mean,
god,
sharks and minnows is good, but what are you, a fool?
I am a heretic. Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
basically I felt this sharp pain behind my knee, and I'm just like, that hurt. Guess I'll keep running. and
What? Wait,
and
so you
the
blame
teacher,
me for putting my second foot on the campfire, but you get stung in the back of the knee and you just keep going.
no, it was like a little prick. Like
Okay.
I didn't know what it was since I'd
A
never been
prick's
stung
good,
by a
okay.
bee before.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just like, ow, that was weird. Maybe it's like a cramp or something. And so she blows the whistle, and I just can't move my leg, and I just fall over, because I'm like, oh, that's awkward. And then I get tagged, which is just insult to
That's just,
injury.
come on.
Yeah, because I'm just like, oh, I didn't even try. And so I had like 2 of my friends, and they helped hobble me over to the nurses, and I kind of just sat there, and I'm like, oh, that was a bee stinger. Ow.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I might be allergic to bees.
Really?
Yeah,
Bee
well, I mean,
stings are
if it
kind of a
shuts
really
down in your leg,
ineffectual design because they like die or whatever. How about they just
yeah,
don't die?
wasps had it right.
It literally tears out their intestine. That's why
Yeah,
they die.
kind of
It's
not
connected
cool.
to it, and it just tears it out.
Maybe someone hated bees, so they genetically engineered them so that they would
It's just
die if
it's
they
a
ever
long con.
attacked.
Someone back in the freaking pioneer,
Dinosaur.
not pioneer, pilgrim days were like, hey guys, this bee stung me. It hurt a lot. I'm gonna
Out
selectively
its
breed them. I'm gonna
intestine.
selectively breed these stupid ones that tear out their own intestine, and they would just replace the entire bee population. They played the long con.
An outstanding move by that pilgrim. All right,
Oh, the most
yeah, go.
I haven't done many injuries. The
Well,
second most one I'd
I hope you
say.
haven't caused many.
I mean, I mean, I
You've broken many girls' hearts, I'm sure.
yeah. Let's say that. Let's go with that answer actually. But besides that obvious answer, I have sprained many a limb. I sprained my ankle once at some friend of mine's birthday party because I jumped from the high part of the bounce house, like slide, and I went to the bottom
Mhm.
part. And
How old were you?
I don't remember.
Dang it.
12.
Ha! 12-year-old.
Wow, I was 12 years old. Weird. That's so odd, Ty. You just like skip that year, I bet, right?
No. I'm pretty sure that's when I got stung too. So
Oh, really?
I have nothing to
At the
say.
same instance, at the same exact instance.
What if it was like the same time? Yeah.
Like our fates were connected.
Ew.
And the other time, I sprained my arm because because funny story.
Funny story.
I hope Cooper's not watching this. Okay, so
You know he will be.
Buddy pal. No, he's not gonna want. We're already like 30 plus minutes in, by the way.
We're not 30
We're
minutes
30
in.
minutes in. If you check how
We
long
are
this call has
30
been
minutes
going,
in.
we're 30 minutes in. Yes.
Wow.
Let me just check the call. 32 minutes specifically. So one time I was at his birthday party. Why do I get things at birth? Wow, I didn't even connect that. I was at his
Most
birthday party.
injuries happen at birthday parties.
I was at his birthday party, and he was complaining about how he had to set up his whole birthday party and everything. And I was just like, wow, you have to set up everything? My parents just usually do it for me. And he just, like, pushed me over, and he pushed me onto a specific part where, like, the bricks were, like, a bit higher, and it just sprained my arm.
Ooh.
So he pushed me, Cooper sprained my arm. And now he has to suffer for it.
I mean, he's Cooper. He's suffered enough.
No, he has not. He's suffered, yes, but not enough, okay?
I see.
I was gonna edit the next episode of SMP Nations on last Sunday, but I never did. I need to do that. But now I have so much homework because for some reason, the teachers have decided that the way to do online class is to just talk for 80 minutes straight and then give you 3 assignments each an hour long.
Very fun, yay! Haha, I love this.
It's a great method of teaching. I like to call not teaching. It's actually
no
just
flaws.
It could have been an actual, just like they sent us a video. It feels like some sort of like online course I'm taking. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. Like I sign up for it online, like say like a Khan Academy thing, and I watch the video.
I totally understand. No, I totally understand. The Unity class I signed up for is the exact same thing. It was He made videos, and then we watched the videos, and then did the assignment. Like, I feel no different.
It's not a class anymore. It's just like a instructional. I could have looked this up on YouTube kind of thing.
Pretty much, and that's takes away from the experience of like school.
Also takes away from like learning. And my existence.
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah. It's really rough.
It's rough, buddy.
Now, this segues perfectly into the most significant natural disaster of all, which is the coronavirus, which is technically a natural disaster, unless somehow this is all a Chinese conspiracy theory where they made the virus, which a lot of people believe.
I doubt it.
No, it's just a virus. They just suck at treating it.
Yeah.
So
if anything, the Americans should be blaming themselves because it's just, fam, wear a mask, like, dude.
I'm hearing a lot of people being like, once this presidential election is over, the coronavirus is gonna go away because it was all a trick to get people to vote. And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, that's not what's happening. So I just want to return back to my life. I understand maybe the people who are like, I don't know, 35 years old or something, where like it's just like it's not too significant part of their life and they're just kind of going with it and they're like, okay, why do we have to be doing this? But for me, it kind of sucks, bro, because this is our senior year or whatever, and it's it's the last year to truly be with the boys, as the saying goes. It's been taken from us. I remember back in, was it March? I was like, oh, this is gonna be like 2 weeks. They said, two week adventure in and out.
Come on, Morty, let's go in out 2 week adventure. And 3 months later.
Yeah, it's not been 3 months. It's been 6 months.
Let me live this fantasy.
No, hold on. Is this a real life? Is this just fantasy? The answer is it's real life and everything is sad. On
the plus side, I'm working on this drawing, and I actually drew my hand.
We never announced it. Well, it's not an announcement really, but this whole time Ty has been drawing. By the way.
Yeah,
he's not putting his all into this.
Okay, no. I am putting my all into the podcast because I'm not putting my all into the drawing. I'm saving resources.
But that's still not putting your all into the podcast. That's putting some of it in your
Oh
drawing
my
and
god.
almost all of it in the podcast. You're a heretic. We already mentioned this earlier in the podcast, but
Yeah.
you are a heretic.
Uh-huh.
Let's put
No,
a
the reason I'm drawing is because I recently, and by recently I mean as of 11:56 this morning,
yeah.
I have finally received my corkboard, of which
Epic.
now I can pin ideas and things I have to do and just keep all my stuff in one place, just on my
So
wall
what do you
above my
have on the
bed. Right.
corkboard?
Well, it's not even on my wall yet, so
Oh, so yeah.
yeah.
What are you
But it's
What are you planning to
it,
put on your corkboard?
I'm planning to put like storyboards and like
Oh.
scripts and stuff like the script for the '80s thing we're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it up there basically, and I
Oh,
have
okay.
like stacks of papers that are like storyboards, so I'd pin those up and like work through them.
Hmm.
This has all been to just help me get organized.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm not exactly organized either. If you could see my space right now, I have just a bunch of papers scattered everywhere. Some of it is probably really important. I will need to turn in, but
yeah.
that is a problem for future me, which I say way too much and is probably ruining my life. But that's besides the point. Some
Imagine it's
people
like
would say
you.
that is the point, but
It's just like you've committed crimes. Your sentence will be 25 years. That's for future me.
that's for future me to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way of thinking, but at the same time, no. Because, like, it's a really optimistic way of thinking. It's like, well, I have to deal what I'm dealing with in the present. But at the same time, you gotta... I know the whole, oh, you gotta live in the present. So you gotta do it. But, like, you still have to have some sort of semblance of awareness of what's gonna happen in your future. You see, me, who has no idea what's gonna happen within the next 10 years, panicking emotionally, I could have probably, prepared a bit more. But I feel like when people would always ask, like, oh, what do you want to do in the future? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, okay, it's fine. You still have, like, X amount of years until it. And I've just
But
been
X is
saying that
slowly getting
every
like
single
decreasing.
year
Yeah.
until now it's 1 year left.
Yeah, eventually somebody's just gonna be like, "What do you want to do in the future?" And you're gonna be like, "I don't know." And then they're
That's
just gonna
it. I'm
grab
going to become a
grab you, and
professional
it's like,
homeless
"What are you
man.
going?"
How long have we been talking for? Let me check the
Let
thing.
me see the recording time. I currently have 34 minutes on the dot.
Well, the call has been going for 39 minutes, but we should
Okay,
probably
I
start to
guess
wrap this up.
maybe.
Probably.
This was supposed to be about natural disasters. We covered fires, earthquakes.
No, we covered a
Uh,
lot, I think.
okay, yeah, I guess we did.
No, it's just we did it so well because we're just so efficient and cool. It's almost like
Obviously.
you should subscribe to the channel and leave a like
Whoa,
on the video.
that's incredible. I never realized that that's what they should do.
Also, to suggest things for future topics, you can put them in the comments or follow my Instagram in the description below to vote on topics for the future, or maybe even be a guest star. Ooh.
Well, that is true. If you have wonderful ideas, like we're totally down to let people on. So we speak over Discord, but I guess we could use Skype if absolutely necessary.
I mean, most people have Discord nowadays because of the whole situation we're in. So, how long do you think we're going to do this podcast for, bro?
Well, I mean, we have like a large list, so definitely a while,
Yeah.
and I don't mind. I like doing this.
I'll just see. We'll see how long we can do this for.
Just keep going until eventually you can't.
Episode 100 when? We'll see. Do you have anything else? Do you want to say?
No, I'm like, okay, you could follow my Instagram. The piece I'm drawing at this very moment will be on there. I guess by the end of when this like at least by the time this podcast is up, since I want to get it done. Since today is Wednesday and I have 2 days to work on it.
Wednesday,
so.
my dudes.
What?
Schedule time. What do we do? We were supposed to record yesterday, but then we didn't.
Because we were busy yesterday.
You're right.
Yeah. We had to do things.
So this has been Discussing the Universe with Drake,
And Ty.
and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace out.
See you all next time.